Hello mga katag, eto na nga, excited akong i-share sa inyo kasi I've told you earlier, no? Emirates Lit Fest is happening right now and kasama natin ngayon, very much, no? Beloved, award-winning entrepreneur, author, and ito pa ha, I love it kasi she is a UN women advocate talaga and regarded siya as a pioneer kasi she has her own homegrown beauty business sa Pilipinas. We have here Miss Rissa Mananquil Trillo. Hello!
Hi, thanks so much for having me. And I just want to share it's my first time in Dubai, and I'm so proud to be here as a Filipino.
How are you? Ano ba yung, una mong, kumbaga tumatak sa'yo when you arrived here or pagdating mo dito sa Dubai and sa UAE?
Oh, wow. Like I said, it's my first time here and sobra kong excited. Nafe-feel ko yung energy and vibrance ng city. And lahat ng Pinoy na nakakausap ko, they only have good things to say about this city. And it makes me more excited to come back again in the future with my husband and my kids.
Yes, and when you do, let us know. We'd love to invite you here dito sa studio. We all know you as that very successful entrepreneur. You hold that beauty skin brand and let me say, happy talaga ang skin namin. No? After 8 years in Happy Skin, ano naman yung plans mo for the future? What are your plans? Are you going to create another skincare brand or probably a different one or a different industry na ba?
Well, Pepper, they say there are three things you shouldn't talk about. One is love life, second is finances, and the third is the next move. I'm just kidding.
Oh.
But when I started my business, my goal talaga as an entrepreneur was to be able to solve problems in the world. Like, it's about finding that gap that needs to be addressed. And for Happy Skin, there was a gap in the beauty industry for makeup that cared for the skin. And, a quality brand that married the luxury or prestige brands and the mass affordable prices. So right now, that's still what fuels me today, to solve and big problems of the world and finding that gap that needs to be addressed. And right now, I'm still working towards a more sustainable world, and I want to take actionable steps towards that goal. That's why I pursued also recently a business sustainability management course at the Cambridge Institute for Sustainability Leadership. So these days, I'm focused on using my voice to educate people on the pressing concerns of our time: sustainability, environmental issues, of course, also in the world of beauty, and also empowering women through economic independence. It's so important for women to earn their own money, whether it's through a business or a career, because it allows them to stand on their own 2 feet and take charge of their future.
I love it. Like everything that you just said is like music to my ears. Diba? You have sustainability, addressing environmental issues, and of course, women empowerment, and it's great to have for you to have that platform and for people to see. And hindi mo kinalimutan yung beauty. Diba? Kasi as women, that's part of our femininity, 'di ba? And sometimes yun nga naiisip siya as weakness, but no, it can be used as a tool to empower us. And you've done that through Happy Skin din, 'di ba? So you've mentioned that you've recently studied in Cambridge, no? To level, syempre, you continuously have to grow yourself and hone yourself. So with your years of experience then, ano ba yung lesson mo from the years of being a businesswoman? And if you could care to share an advice to other people na especially the working mothers o yan, who want to have their own business din.
Well, first of all, I think for me, the key thing that every business should have is purpose. Of course, business will earn you money, but why is your business there ba? Anong goal, anong purpose, anong value ibibigay niya sa mga tao? When I wrote in my book, which I have, by the way, here, it's called Read My Lips, What It Takes to Build a World-Class Homegrown Brand. I wrote in this book that businesses have more growth potential and pwedeng lumaki talaga when they shift from focusing on profit and passion to also purpose and impact. Passion and profit, of course, will drive your business. But when you have purpose, it's really what keeps you as an entrepreneur going, and it's also what keeps your team going. And for me, I think I want to also share to the listeners and remind to the listeners that business has no gender. It's a very antiquated thought that women or mothers are not equipped. It's a very antiquated thought that women and mothers are not equipped to lead a business or to be at the helm of an enterprise. In all honesty, I think my being a mom has made me an even better entrepreneur. Seeing my children every day, it makes me more mindful of the kind of world I want to leave them and their generation. Mas motivated ako to contribute to harder and, more pressing concerns of the world. And if there's a mom or mom to be listening right now, I want them to know that no matter what your profession or your passion is, you shouldn't be phased or affected by old mindsets that say being a mom will hold you back. So go chase those dreams because it is possible.
Wow, I love it. And it's truly inspiring, 'di ba? Especially with the world where we live in now. Ayun naman na talaga you get to see these mothers being empowered na wala na yung idea of hindi mo kayang gawin yan and you have to stop your passions just because you have to take care of your children, 'di ba? And I love that you said it's fueling you to be an even better businesswoman and entrepreneur. Kasi nga, you want to leave that legacy for your children, a world where your children will be happy to live in and be proud to be in, 'di ba?
But Pepper, I want to also be honest that it didn't come easy for me because I remember there was a particular season in my life when, on top of being a wife, mom, and entrepreneur, I was also juggling an executive MBA degree. I was a student
Wow.
taking up my MBA. And I was also writing my first book all at the same time. So I would work during the day, go to school in the evening, spend time with my family when I got home, write when everyone was asleep at night, and then squeeze in a few hours of sleep, and then do it all over again when I woke up. So
Yeah.
sometimes 24 hours in a day didn't feel enough. And the only way I was able to wear all my hats at the same time was because I had a solid support system through my husband,
Mm.
Paulo Trillo. So he is the reason I'm able to do that. I'm able to do all that I need to do. And that season in my life, what it taught me was to be able to integrate all the roles in my life. I needed to allow myself to be helped. So most people always think that asking for help is a sign of weakness, but it's not. It takes a really strong person to be able to do that.
Yeah. Grabe 'no? How could you I don't even know papaano niyo po nafi-fit in sa schedule niyo lahat nung binanggit mo. Parang talagang wow, truly an inspiration on its own. And yeah, I like that. It really was probably a great partnership that you had, no, to have that support system. Kasi nga naman, no man is an island, and you had that with you. And amazing what you said that it really takes a strong person truly to ask for help and to have that kumbaga vulnerability to admit that you do need help. And doon naman
And
tayo nag-grow.
yeah, it doesn't make you weak. And I think, today, anyone who wants to pursue a dream or any business, I think we have to also move away from the mindset that women are just meant to be inside the home. Women can now not be just the bread maker, but they can also be breadwinners as well. And one of the things, why I also brought up my partner or my husband is they say that the biggest decision a woman can ever make is who that partner will be, because that will make or break the success of your career or your business.
I have to second that notion and agree 100%. Yes, kasi totoo nga naman 'di ba? It does kasi if you have that great support, parang what ca- who, 'di ba? Who else can stop you? What can stop you from achieving what you want to achieve in your life? And sabi mo nga
You have
kanina, you
a person rallying behind you to go after your
exactly.
dreams.
Exactly, 'di ba? And you need that. We all need that. We all need that support system. And it makes it even more kumbaga worthwhile once you achieve those dreams of yours, 'di ba? You have those people and that person then cheering you. And you mentioned earlier, 'di ba, you were writing all at the same time. And amidst of that, you were writing your first book. And siguro hindi naman ganun kadali yun, especially if it's your first book. Siguro you need to really get a handle of things kasi it's not easy to write an entire book, to author something, 'di ba? And with Emirates Lit Fest happening right now, we know that there are a lot of people and even our mga kababayang Pinoys no here that want to know and want to see themselves in kumbaga grow in that path in a way of writing, authoring, something probably publishing a book of their own. What advice can you give sa mga gustong maging author at mag-publish ng sarili nilang libro?
Ako, para sa akin, it's very important to ask yourself, what is something you need to say that people still need to hear even decades from now. Ano yung story na yun? Kung ano yung story na yun, tell that story. You have to share the truth, a kind of truth that will stand the test of time. You know, when I was invited to write a book and share my entrepreneurial journey, it was so important to me that the book would be evergreen. Yung lahat ng mababasa mo, whether you read it the day it was launched or 5, 10 years from now, the lessons you take home will still be relevant. I think that's very important in a book. That it will be evergreen and stand the test of time. So we launched the book in 2019, and here we are, 2023 right now, almost 5 years after, and the business and life lessons in the book have remained relevant. Alam mo, even during the lockdown in Manila,
Oh.
a lot of people pivoted from their careers and started their own businesses. And I would get so many messages on social media telling me, Miss Risa, I read your book, sobrang nakatulong when I started the business. Or there were also people who read the book and reread it again to refresh themselves, you know, how they can pivot during trying times. So that for me is very important. If you want to tell a story, make sure that story is evergreen and can really stand the test of time. And my second advice would be that when you want to start your own book or publish your own book, a book is much like a business. And the book also needs a good team behind it. So make sure you choose people who will help tell your story the best way possible. People who won't be afraid to tell you what needs to be cut from the final draft, or also to tell you, you know, or help you how to be vulnerable while you write your story and personal, you know, go through that personal process. The right people around you while writing that book and telling that story is also so important.
Grabe. Like, just talking to you right now, I've kulang na lang magno-note taking na ako dito just to receive like all the really solid advice that you've given. And this is just during this interview, ah. Wala pa yung session mo mismo during the Emirates Lit Fest. And you know what? Just talking about that, I know a lot of people, I myself am one of them, excited for your session. Ano po ba yung malulook forward ng ating mga katag ng mga kasama natin dito and ating mga kababayan, no? And even the non-Filipinos, what can they look forward with you sa Lit Fest this time dito sa Dubai?
Well, you know, like I said, it's my first time in Dubai, and this is also the first time I'm ever going to be part of the Emirates Litz Fest. And I'm going to be there to talk to everyone about entrepreneurship, but it's not the glamorous kind that you see online, huh? It's really to share about the wear and tear of hard work and what it really takes to build a successful beauty business. And at the Lit Fest, my book will also actually be available. And I'll be there to also have book signing sessions right after every session. So I have two sessions on Saturday, 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock. It's focused on entrepreneurship and what it takes to build a world-class homegrown brand. While on Sunday, I'll be with fellow entrepreneurs and girl bosses. It will be a girl boss and go-getters panel together with Anhiet and Gizlan Guenes.
Oh.
So it's really super, you know, such an honor to be here because they only, you know, there are around 10 Filipino authors invited to be here at the Emirates Festival of Literature. And when I got to talk to one of the organizers, Tamriz Inam, she said there was really a focused effort on their part to get an amazing lineup of Filipinos fit for a global audience. So sobrang nakaka-proud to be a Filipino here right now. And I also see this as a win for empowered Filipinas in business because nare-represent ang female entrepreneur in a platform or in an event like this. So I hope my story will encourage more women in business. And since Dubai is a melting pot of cultures, I really hope that my perspective and my voice as a Filipina can bring something new to the table and really encourage and enrich how people see entrepreneurship and women empowerment.
I love it. Thank you so much, no? And ako lang, just hearing that now, parang nagkaroon ako ng goosebumps, di ba? Just to hear you and the rest of the Pinoy authors, entrepreneurs, even, and it's not just writers, di ba? You are a businesswoman and an author all at the same time. Syempre, multitasking, when it comes to women. But also all the rest of ng mga kasama nyo. When you said that, Filipinos na are good to be shown into a global stage. It's just heartwarming para sa ating the rest of us just listening. And nakaka-proud po talaga. And we're so happy that you're here We're happy that you get to experience Dubai for the very first time, and this is the platform where you're experiencing this. Well, 'di ba? Wait. Welcome to Dubai. And yes
Thank
po, if
you.
anything else that you would like to share, where can our listeners find you? Where can they avail of the book pa? I know you said earlier it's available during the Lit Fest and you'll be signing the books then.
Get in touch with me. I'm on Instagram. My account handle is Rissa Mananquil Trillo. And the book, I think, will be available. It's being carried by Mag Rudy's. I think that's a local
Yeah.
book supplier. So I think you'll still be able to get copies of the book through Mag Rudy's. They're also on Instagram. I checked even after the Lit Fest. So I'm really excited to see our fellow kababayans and all future female entrepreneurs this weekend at the Lit Fest.
Tag 91.1 Pinoy talaga!